Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Life as a Whole podcast. It's officially episode 2. It took us since, July of 2024 to get here. It's been a while. Hello, 2025. Nice to see you. And I'm super jazzed to be back here on the podcast. I know that there's been a big gap, and I can make excuses. The really big thing was I didn't have the capacity in my life to prioritize the podcast like I wanted to, like I should have. And I'm done not carving out the slice of the pie of my life that the podcast needs. I have so many ideas that I've just been sitting on, and topics that'll come to my head when I'm at the gym or when I'm out and about or talking to my family or my friends. And I'm like, yeah, I really want to sit down and I want to talk about that. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm a chatty Kathy. My boyfriend would definitely say I talk all the freaking time. I'm going to say it's because I'm a Leo. But I think there's just something else going on. I just never shut my dang mouth. Anyway, I was saying if you follow me on Instagram, I will talk on my stories all the time. I love to just sit down, and because those platforms are centered towards short form content, they're not built for a yapper like I am. I was like, I need to get back into my podcast. I need to get back into YouTube and doing long form content. I took such a big hiatus, but I'm ready to get back into it. It's just been something that's weighing on my mind and on my heart. And when we get into our whole moments, you'll understand why I am able to spend a lot more time on the passion projects that I really, really love. So I'm excited to talk about that with you guys. I have my notes here. I printed them out. I wanted to be nice and prepped and prepared. So yeah, I'm making the promise to myself that we are definitely going to build consistency with this podcast starting right off the bat. So I actually have 2 episodes for you guys to come out today when this one's out. Hello. Hi. And then also next Tuesday, I will be also dropping an episode then, because what we're talking about now is just so timely, and I need to get it out. I need to get it out now, because otherwise it's going to be too late, and I don't want to miss out on sharing the good information. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and get into the whole moments. Before we do that, I do want to make sure that you're following us on Instagram. Along with being active on the podcast itself, I do want to get back into the Instagram. I love a good gram session. I love creating memes. I love making content. So I would love to have you guys on the Instagram. It's just Life as a Whole podcast. You can also just find it on my Instagram, lunarbabii.bre. And I'll leave everything in the description box if you're watching on YouTube, or it'll be in the show notes on Spotify. Okay, that's enough of an introduction. Let's get into my whole moments. Now, if you don't know what my whole moments are, this is just anything that's just been making me feel really, really good, really full, satisfied with life. And these things can be really, really deep, or they can be, I don't want to say surface level, because I feel like a lot of the times the term surface level sounds like something's not important. And these things just may not be, life-changing, revolutionary, oh my gosh, the entire world is flipping on its side moments that, I don't know, that are shaking up my life, but some things just may be feeding me in a great way. So yeah, you guys will get the gist once I'm getting into my whole moments. I would love for you guys to share your whole moments with me always in the comments. Let me know. I want you to be keeping track of these things, because I feel like a lot of times when we don't take account of the good things that are happening in our life, and a lot of times that'll mean when the really crappy things are happening in life, we just throw the good things out the window, and all we're focused on is the fact that, oh my gosh, things are hitting the fan and I'm not feeling good, and life just feels like it was just not meant for me. And I feel like it just causes us to spiral and lose ourselves. And when you just take the time, maybe 5-10 minutes out of your day, to just say, hey, what's been making me feel really good? You're like, wait, there are good things happening in life. There are still sunrises, and there are still brunches with my friends. Life will always have purpose. It will always have meaning in some capacity. My first whole moment was spending the Christmas holiday in my boyfriend's hometown with our friends and his family. And, growing up, because my grandmother passed away when I was very, very young around the Christmas season, she was the glue. She was what held the holidays together for our family. And after she passed, it just wasn't a big holiday that we celebrated anymore. And that's okay. I've come to terms with that because there are still amazing holidays that I remember. My small family, my intimate family, so my mom and my uncle always made sure that I felt very loved during the holidays. They just weren't as big and grandiose as a lot of people's, but I got to experience a lot of my friends' families' love growing up as well, because my mom was a very, very hardworking single mother, and she worked a lot of times on Christmas. She is a nurse, shout out nurses. And a lot of times I spent these holidays, if I wasn't with my uncle, I was going to be with friends, and I loved getting to see those dynamics. And it was something that I put on my goal list for my life, was I want to be able to provide that for my kids. Now, flash forward to where I'm at now in life, and with my boyfriend, I'm able to experience these things not only with his family, but with the friend group that we have. And we do a double Christmas. Basically, we have a white elephant, and then we also have a secret Santa. So we get to play a game, and then we also just get to do something really, really personal. And I truly never imagined, I think, in my high school or middle school life, that I would have this close group of friends that we really would do anything for each other. And it just feels so good. These are the same friends that we take our annual river trip with. And anytime we're really in the area, we'll go see them. They came down for a Friendsgiving. And it just feels so good to have that love surrounding me. And yeah, I wish I could have a million days with them, just like the one that we had for Christmas. The next thing that's been feeding my soul, and this has been feeding me the largest. This is the reason why I'm able to jump back into the podcast. This is the reason why I'm able to focus on YouTube and the things that I'm doing basically across all of my social media platforms, is I started another business. Now, most people do not know that I own a vintage business. I started that when I was 20 years old. I was in college, and I would do pop-ups around here in Austin, and it brought me such a big community of people here. That is still a part of my life. I'm actually getting to focus back on it again because I left my job at LA Fitness. Oh my gosh, big moves, big moves. Sometimes it feels taboo to say it, because I can't believe it. I had been a trainer at LA Fitness for almost 2 years. Everything basically aligned in November for me to take the step on my own and rent out a semi-private studio space so I could open up my own private training business. So back in November, I went down to the county clerk. I sat there in my cute little outfit because I wanted to feel business and professional, and got all of the paperwork done to open up another business, another sole proprietorship. We can talk business in some episodes later. I do at some point plan on turning it into an LLC, but that's neither here nor there. I'm so excited to officially have this. It's been just something I've always wanted, and I didn't know when the opportunity would strike itself. And then lo and behold, there it was. And I didn't know if I was ready. I feel like if you're someone that suffers from imposter syndrome, it can be really, really hard to even believe in yourself when you have it 100%. So, I know I may be not getting my full worth here, but who's to say that people are going to, hold the space for me? Hold the space. Ariana. Who's going to hold the space for me if I branch out on my own? It sometimes is the hardest thing to just take a leap of faith. But I did it. And I've never been freaking happier. I can say that 100%. Anybody in my life that has asked me how I'm feeling 100%. I'm so thankful for the clients that followed me from LA, and I'm thankful for the new clients that I'm starting to get. I'm just so when it came to this business for me, Of the Gods, I didn't even tell you guys what the name of it is. Hello, Of the Gods. Some are born, some are made, but here we're all among the gods. I feel like a lot of people struggle with seeing themselves in the fitness space. They don't see somebody either that looks like them, or they don't feel like they belong, and that's not the freaking case. And I didn't always feel comfortable in the gym. Even though I grew up a very athletic person, I always played sports. I would say the gym isn't some place that I liked to venture, or definitely didn't like to venture on my own until I was middle of college. We'll have an episode on my full fitness journey. But I created this company to not only be a place for people to come in person or online with me to get training. I wanted my business to be a place that fostered a sense of community and also just held up the tenets of wellness that I believe in. And these are not just my beliefs, but it's something that I definitely ascribe to. And it's that your wellness journey, leading a well life is not just being physically healthy. It's also being emotionally healthy. It's occupational. Are you getting satisfaction out of either what you're doing to make money or on the side in volunteer work? Are you getting that fulfillment? Are you fulfilling yourself intellectually? There are so many more things that you need to focus on to have a well-rounded, full, whole life. And that's just something I want to promote because I feel like, and not even I know when my life is lacking in one of these areas, if I'm not going to the gym, if I haven't been taking the time for myself, if I haven't been feeding into my passions. I'm an artist. I've always been an artist first and foremost. And I used to get it a little bit more when I was in my corporate career. I worked in marketing and digital media, so I spent a lot of time behind the camera or behind the screen editing. So I got to use a little bit of my creative juices there. But when it came to switching to my fitness career, I was shut down a lot more for my ideas and how I wanted to better my clients' lives. And I think that eventually sucked the energy out of me because I was like, this is not how I want to deliver my gift to the world. So being able to take a step back, or not even a step back, it was a step off the edge, a leap of faith. I did the dang thing in my little zillennial talk because I am a 97 kid. I'm a cusp kid. I did the dang thing, and I'm just so happy. Every day I'm working towards something that's bigger than myself. And even though it's bigger than myself, it's still for myself. So it feels good. It feels good to go to my new gym and have my clients be so excited to train in a new place, train in a new capacity, really do things our way, hone in on their goals, and then getting to service a whole new community. I get to now train you guys. So if you guys are listening to this and you want to get training from me, I can now offer that online to you as well. Mind-blowing, revolutionary, exciting for me. And then, like I said, I want to host community events. Some of these will be virtual. A lot of these will be in person here in the Austin, Texas area. And I want to give back. First and foremost, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from a community that thrives off of the support of each other. We're really family oriented, and that's always been my goal. So if you guys are interested in what I'm putting down, and you guys should visit our Instagram page. It's I Am of the Gods. Visit our website, iamofthegods.com. A lot more things to be rolling out. It is a one-woman show. It is me. So I want everything to be good that I deliver to you guys, but be checking back in because we'll be dropping free workouts, paid workout plans. You obviously, like I said, training in person or online with me. We'll have the community events. Another whole moment that is actually right on the list next is the book club. The Of the Pages book club is the book club that I started for Of the Gods. We also have a run club, but looping back to the book club, which, like I said, is on my whole moments list, it's hitting the spot of my heart that's always loved reading. I grew up an avid reader, and as I got older, I didn't really prioritize the time to read material that, one, wasn't for like a college course, or two after I graduated and I was in my professional career, if it wasn't like maybe like a manual or something that I needed to do for work. And when I first got out of college, I also had to write a lot of articles for my job, or ghostwrite articles for engineers and stuff at my job. So I was kind of tapped out with reading words all day. So I feel like I just did not spend the time to read, and that sucks because I lived for being absorbed in other worlds as a kid. We had our first book last month in December, and that was The Six of Crows. So freaking good, y'all, that book was so freaking good. Very wintry, very adventure heavy. It was, honestly, I love how quickly paced that book was. I felt like I was really watching a movie in my head. I know every book's supposed to be like that, but the scene was painted. All of the characters were so well defined and well developed. And they're so sarcastic. I live for it. The gore, it felt like I was reading it was like Game of Thrones mixed with Brave and Assassin's Creed. I think that's what I said on my TikTok. I know my friend Mia, who is in the book club and is one of my fitness girlies. Hey Mia, love you lots. She already bought and read the sequel. It's a duology. I purchased it. I have not read it yet because I'm already in the thick of our January read. So like I said, I have the goal to read quite a few books. I'm trying to read 2 a month. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I've been loving getting back into books. I'm reading 6 at a time always, and then I'm always listening to 3 on Audible. So my ADHD really takes over there, but we're getting through it. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the growth that I've been having in my garden, which is kind of getting dampened by this cool front that we have had blow through. Not even cool, it's an Arctic breeze. I'm pretty sure it's affecting the majority of the United States right now, but yeah, I did not get my greenhouse up in time. I did not get my frost covers in the mail in time. They are on now, but it's not looking good. We did have growth in the garden the last 2.5-3 weeks. So I got to actually pick some tomatoes, and the raised bed that I have with all of my herbs has been sprouting really, really nice. I'm hoping, because I got the frost covers on, that we can make it through. We just have another night, just one more night, and I think we're in the clear. But I will be getting the greenhouse up soon, and even if we do experience some loss, I'm very, very new at gardening. This is my first time really being able to do it at this house, like I said in our first episode. So we'll regroup for spring. There's always spring. The next one, let's go really, really light. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yes, I am going there. Did I ever think I was going to be a Real Housewives girly? No freaking clue. I won't say that I'm not into reality television, because I did grow up watching it a lot. I loved Are You the One and all of the Real Worlds and the WWE Divas shows like that. Chrisley Knows Best. I did spend quite a bit of time in the reality television world, but I never watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, and I've never seen Love is Blind. Everybody's obsessed with that, or Love Island. No, those are not my thing, but I do like the Real Housewives. I originally only thought I liked the Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'll tell you what really got me into it. I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and was like, there's something about Salt Lake City that is just fascinating me, truly fascinating me. So I decided I'm gonna just walk right over to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm obsessed with these women. I'm obsessed with these ladies, especially Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow, you just bring me such good energy, baby gorgeous. I live for her. I live for her style. I live for the way she carries herself, especially as a businesswoman. I think watching these women, actually as a whole, the one thing that I really love about all of these women are that they're entrepreneurs. They are going after it. They are business women. They're like, I can take care of my children. I can go on a ski trip. I can shut down your little drama that you're trying to throw my way. And I can also run a really kick-ass freaking business, and I just relate to that so hard. That's the kind of energy that I want to have later on in life. I always tell my friends, I want to be that mom that's yelling into 3 different phones right before going into her daughter's recital, and then just having to put everybody on do not disturb. And then as soon as my daughter's recital is over, like I'm back just being like work. I want to have the ability to be present and an active part of my kids' lives, but I also want to have the ability to make that shmoney, make the moves. Okay. Got it. Our last whole moment is going to be prepping for our first vacation of the year. We are actually getting ready to go in a couple of weeks to Oregon. Yeah, it's going to be my first time up in Oregon. I've only ever been to Washington, and then I've been to Southern California. I'm super excited. It's been about like 3 or 4 years since I've been in a dang airplane. Yeah, like since like my 24th birthday, we went to Vegas, and it's been a long time since I have been anywhere up in the north. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's my boyfriend, myself, our friends CJ and Megan who live in Waco, and then our friend Raymond who lives in my boyfriend's hometown. So we're all going to be going, and it's just going to be fun. We're going to ski. We're going to drive down to the redwoods. I'm going to vlog it all. I don't know if I'm going to do I don't know what type of vlog I'm going to end up doing. I haven't decided if I'm going to be like talking throughout it, because I feel like that's just, when there's so many people just trying to enjoy a trip, I feel like I'm not going to do that. But I'll definitely make a montage and maybe like a little sit down video like this and just chat about the trip. But yeah, I'm super excited, a little bit nervous about the plane ride, and that's just because I'm a nervous Nelly when it comes to heights. I don't do roller coasters. I don't do hot air balloons. What else is in the sky? I'm okay with birds. But yeah, just takeoff is going to be a little rough for me. Everything else is just, it is what it is. I'm excited to get to my destination, and I'll be chill. Have a nice little bevy and a snack. I'll be fine. I'll be freaking fine. Okay, let's jump right into it. You guys have been waiting for it. You saw the title of this episode. This is the winter arc episode. Now, I will say that the winter arc is a trend, if you did not know. Everybody's been posting about this is the time basically to level up. Most people would be sleeping and getting all cozy and maybe lazy. I'm thinking that's just the sentiment that people are giving with this, is just that a lot of people would kind of just like slack off and stuff during the holidays, during the winter season, but we are staying on. We are staying at it. And I mean, part of me is loving the energy entirely, but I want to add a little bit to it. I want to give you guys a little bit more food for thought, something to chew on when it comes to what this season should be for you. This is how I'm going to be moving and how I'm going to be working during this winter season. And if this is helpful for you guys, I wanted to be able to just throw this your way. So let's start off this conversation about our winter arc with the little National Geographic, a little nature lesson. What is nature doing right now? When in winter, let's first start with like the trees. I think Texas is a little late to this because we just now started to get cold weather. But the trees are losing all of their leaves. And when I say losing their leaves, the trees are absolutely dumping it down on us. I will say that our yard has been professionally raked not even a week ago and already needs another raking. Neither here nor there. The trees are shedding. What else is nature doing? Let's go to the animals. What are, not all, but what do the animals that are experiencing harsh winters actually doing? They've filled their dens wherever they're staying, and they're gonna hibernate. They're gonna stay bundled up in their little cabins, in their little holes, in the woods, and they're not going anywhere. Okay, we got our little National Geographic lesson out of the way. We know that the animals, they're sleeping in their dens, and we know that the trees, they're losing their leaves. You're gonna get an A+ on the test. Okay, so now let's get into why the hell did I even bring that up, right? Like, okay, Bre, yeah, we know what's happening in winter, but what does that have to do with me? I am neither an hibernating animal, nor am I a plant outside. I'm very aware. Okay, well, I'll tell you. You pulled my arm. Take it. I want us to treat this season just like the rest of nature is. So let's start off with the trees. Since the trees are shedding, I I too will be shedding anything that does not serve me. Now, this can be people, this can be things, this can be habits. Just let it go. I'm in the process of decluttering our space. I just got finished with decluttering my office for the most part. Then I have some other places of the house to tackle. Next will be my closet and all my clothes. Going to be doing a big Depop sale, but that's the first thing. I am lucky that right now I don't have the need for taking people out of my life. I did that a couple of years ago. And you know, it is what it is. It's good to be in a place where you don't need to do that, but some people may. If you need to evaluate whether or not some people have been in your corner, really, or if they're kind of just like a wishy-washy friend, maybe now's the time to do that. And maybe in this moment, you already knew, you were on the fence. Okay, y'all, sorry for the brief interruption. The only people that are going to know about the interruption is going to be the people on YouTube, but my camera overheated, so I had to take a little brief break. That's okay. I got some things done. I wrote my grocery list. I was thinking about maybe letting this person go, cutting them off. They haven't really either been cheering me on, supporting me. They've been doing things that are against my morals, my character, and it's fine for them to live their life the way they want to, but you need to live your life the way you want to. And I think the biggest way to tell if you've outgrown a relationship, a friendship, is if after hanging out with them, after spending time with them, you feel drained rather than energized. And this is an easy tell. I have the friends that I go and hang out with. I come back, I'm like ready to bounce off a wall. I do not feel like I necessarily could go to sleep. I'm like, wow, that was really good, or that was really fun. We laughed forever, and I'm going to have those memories forever. And then let's talk about the opposite side of the spectrum. There are the people that after you hang out with them, you truly feel terrible. Either terrible in the way because they put you down, they make you feel bad about yourself, or just terrible because they make you feel kind of icky. I have had situations like this with people who have taken me for granted, or really used and abused my friendship, and I would know it after leaving with them. I'd be like, dang, they did that thing or said that to me about me, and that really hurt me. But I'm not going to say anything. They're a good friend, and you're qualifying good as in you have history, not that they're good to you. So if there's anybody in your life like that, please just take a good look at those relationships. And you don't have to just go to them and say, I'm never speaking to you again, or hey, I'm distancing myself from you. You can rip that Band-Aid off as slowly as you want to, but I really want you to get into the process of doing it. You could be like these trees in Texas and just be like, I'm just dumping it all. I'm just leaving it all behind right now. And whichever way you want to go, I support you 100%. So we've talked about the trees. Let's talk about now what the animals are doing. You're like, is Brie going to ask me to stay in my house for the next couple months because I'm not doing it? Unless you live somewhere that's snowbound, I'm not asking you to do that unless it's for your safety. You can go out and do your life. Of course, I want you to have experiences. You don't get this time back. But I want you to do this as it pertains to your goals. Now, our episode that's coming up on Tuesday, is where we're going to talk about goals and goal setting. I do not believe that you need to have your goals both set or already in motion by January 1. Some of us are like that. Some of us aren't. You are not behind if you haven't. You are not about to waste a whole year if it's today for me, it's January 7th. It is a-okay that you do not have your goals 100% set yet. We are going to talk about really solidifying, making good goal choices, and how to set yourself up for success in our goal setting episode on Tuesday. But I want you to be thinking about what the animals are doing. They have prepared themselves, and now they are in their dens. They're not sleeping. They're still doing work. They're just, like I said, they're just away from the elements. I want you to spend this time after we solidify our goals next week. What can you be doing that can align yourself with that successful person at the end of the the goal. This is going to be all of the tools in your back pocket. If you're someone that wants to get more into cooking, what do you need to be doing? Either you're going to be looking on Pinterest for recipes, looking on YouTube for different skills that you can pick up. Maybe you're joining a Skillshare membership. This is not sponsored. I wish it was. It is not. But I know Skillshare is a place you can go to get like knife skills. You could probably take a local class, but you need to be getting those tools. If you want to get into editing or more into reading, what do you need to do? You need to set yourself up for success. You're going to pick up a couple of books. You are going to, either download Premiere or download some sort of software so you can tinker with and really start to understand the ins and outs. There's a number of different industries that we could apply this rule to, but what are the things that you need in your tool belt so you can actually reach those goals? This is your time to make preparations so that way everything that you're doing for the rest of the year is actually geared towards your goals. You're not just dancing around things. You're not running in 6 different directions because you don't know where you really want to start or where you really want to go or who you need to be talking to or what books you need to be reading, what avenues you need to be walking down. We're going to take this time. I want you to take the rest of January even to really get into your goals. Know them inside and out. We're going to talk about this. I don't want to spoil too much for the goal setting episode, but these are the 2 things that I want you to be thinking about before we get to Tuesday. And then at Tuesday, we're going to piece this with our goal setting. I'm going to give you guys a lot of resources. We're going to have printables and things like that for you guys to download after the episodes. And yeah, I want you to neither treat this time like you have to go sit inside and do nothing. It's winter. It's cold. Oh my gosh. Everything's gloomy. The sun's not out. Yeah, we can fight these things. We're going to take our vitamin D supplements. We're going to move our bodies so we can get some good energy. We can get those endorphins flowing. Happy people do what Elle would say. They just do not kill their husbands. Happy people will have a good winter. That's going to be our motto. Okay. And on the flip side of things, I do not want you to treat your winter arc necessarily how social media is portraying it. I am using the terminology because it is, that's the hook. It's what people are seeing. So I want to attach this message to the winter arc, but a lot of it is like no days off, no pain, no gain. These are things that I don't really like necessarily for people when it comes to trying to build habits, because it just puts these negative feedback loops in your mind. You can take rests, you can take breaks, but you just never fully stop. I think it's a lot like, a marathon. There are times when you are in a flat out sprint. Maybe that's either towards the beginning or the finish line. But there are times when you slow down and you're enjoying the scenery more. You're trying to catch your breath. But the main thing is that you just won't stop. You can't stop. And a lot of the things that we're trying to do are things that we've never done before. And I think that can build a lot of fear in our brains, but you just got to keep going. You won't be where you were yesterday if you keep going, but you're not going to see the success if you get caught up right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set ourselves up for success, so we'll have less excuses. We'll have a good roadmap and we're going to crush it. And even if when we get to the end of 2025, the picture doesn't look exactly how we wanted it to, it doesn't look exactly how we thought it would, we're not omniscient. Oh my gosh, it's just such a surprise that life can throw you a curveball, but we'll have done all we could. And if you've done all you could, I promise you, you're still going to feel amazing. Okay, y'all, that was a lot. I was on a soapbox. I truly was, but I really needed to say that. And I hope you got something out of my messaging today. I'm really excited for our goal setting episode on Tuesday. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube and you've made it to the end of this episode, comment like hibernation. Let's just comment hibernation. And maybe some people will be confused. And if they are, they didn't listen to the episode. And we will shame them. We won't shame them. We'll just tell them to go back and listen to the episode. If you guys are listening on Spotify, go ahead and give us a follow. Rate the podcast. Give us your honest feedback, of course. So yeah, follow the Instagram page. Follow me on Instagram. Everything is going to be in the description, in the details. I'm so excited for 2025, guys. It is going to be a good one. I can feel it in my bones. I feel it in my spirit every day that I've been waking up since January 1.
I feel it. And I've been going after my goals, but I'm in hibernation, just like I want you to be. So we'll talk on Tuesday, y'all. I hope you get to tackle anything and everything you want to do today and in 2025. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.